What's up, everyone? Back with another regular series. Been kind of taking a little hiatus from doing anything on a regular basis. But, this one it seems fun, So what it is, of course, Tequila with Friends. Anyone out there that wants to hop on, wants to join in, definitely just send me an invite. Send me a request to join in. What's up, Ron? What's up? If you want, send me a request to join in. We can talk about anything. Right now, what I want to talk about at first is what's your drink of choice? What's your go-to drink? What I have for tonight is what I'm going to be trying. Nice. Get that money, man. What I'm going to be trying, I have the Bad Stuff Tequila. I'm going to be picking between 4 bottles to give you guys my drink of choice. I have 4 of my favorite bottles here. As I said, the Bad Stuff Tequila is number 1. I also have Afamado, Extra Añejo, and here as well. I'm going to be taking some sips of to try to give my opinion on which one is going to be the best out of what I'm feeling. I have the Tapatio, Extra Añejo as well. Last but not least, already. No, went away. All right, anyway. Last but not least, I have the El Tesoro Extra Añejo aged for 5 years. I don't know what, I probably should have looked to see. It says French Host Cask is what it was aged in. So those are going to be the bottles that I'm mainly going to be trying out here. And I know I haven't had a normal show for a while, so people may be coming in late, may not know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just one that's rambling, but no, this actually one. But yeah, so I'm going to be choosing between these. We get some people on here or not. We do. If we do, great. If not, you're going to hear me talk about some tequilas. Give you some details on these pours. Some nice details on the bottle. And also talk about a collaboration, a store pick with Código 1530 that I'll be doing for Kenwood Liquor here in the next 2 weeks. But the first one I'm going to be pouring up is the Bad Stuff Tequila. So if you're here in Chicago, I believe they have Chicago distribution, but it's very hard to find them. I know that I've yet to be at a liquor store that I've found the Bad Stuff Tequila. But if you order online, I think the bottles go from like $180 to $200 for the Extra Añejo. Personally, this is in my top 5, top 10 of all time for bottles. Has a nice spice to it. Something that's going good as well. Nice little sweetness to it. This one's had a lot of air to it. So I don't know if it's going to be the one of choice for me. But what I would say is like your go-to. Like for me personally, a go-to bottle for me is going to be one that's first it's going to be the drink. Is it going to be tequila, vodka, rum, bourbon, whiskey, whatever it is, whatever you say, like you go home and you want to have, something to knock off the stress of the day. You're going to be like, man, I need to grab a glass of that. Like, let me get a pour of it and go from there, So as you guys know, for me, it is obviously tequila. That one is for me. And as I just said, for you guys to just join, if you want to hop on, talk about your drink of choice, just BS a little bit. What's up, Snobs? What's up, Rudy? What's going on? I know you're getting ready for your show. You still in traffic right now? Yeah. So it's Bad Stuff Tequila. It's the first one I'm trying out. Also, one thing you guys might not know, I love berry beers. So I picked this up from Kenwood Liquor. It's a blueberry cobbler Berliner times sour wheat ale. So this right here, it honestly, it's like a blueberry beer, and it's like a blueberry cobbler in a can. It's just, it's an interesting taste, but it's pretty damn delicious. I probably shouldn't be drinking it at the same time I'm drinking my tequila, but if I get, who cares? I'm gonna start sending out some invites. Let's see who's on here. I know it usually takes a little bit, but anyway, but the Bad Stuff Tequila, I mean, it's treating me pretty nice. I don't know if I'm in a peppery or like a bolder like taste feel to, that I'm really feeling. I don't know if I'm feeling that right now, especially with me going with a cobbler, little blueberry cobbler bill. What's up? Just sitting there, just talking about some bottles here. Me pouring up between these bottles. I said, if anyone wants to join, this is Tequila with Friends. This one, I just wanted to make it to where anyone and everyone can join, but I'm gonna be tasting these 4 bottles real quick. If not, then we'll just make this a short show, and you guys will get my opinion on these 4 bottles. Yeah, and we call it a night. I go watch some sports. But what I was also saying is, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, dude?
How much, man? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, man, I quit drinking.
Yeah? I see you still
Yeah,
smoking.
yeah, I'm still smoking, but no more hard liquor. Probably like 5 months now, 5, 6 months.
Congrats, bro. Congrats.
Yeah, but
What?
oh, what made me do it?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my metabolism shit, man, and the alcohol just depresses the system even more. Like, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. That's why, honestly, that's why I stick to tequila. It's the only, what's going on,
No
Merce?
carbs, right?
Yeah, it's no carbs. It's the only alcohol that's an upper. Merce, if you want to join in, definitely send me a request. Same thing with you, Adolfo. But yeah, it's an upper, so it doesn't necessarily. It's not a depressant. But all alcohol, you're
Yeah,
still gonna, you know. But also, it's everyone's personal choice.
no, that's
Um,
true. I so
because
I had a shit ton of tequila in Singapore, like fucking alcohol poisoning, man.
mm,
And after that, honest to God, I could not like smell that agave sweetness. Just every time I smell it, it would make me like yak. Like I'm talking about
mm,
that agave soda, the agave sweetener, and then
hmm
just tequila itself. I don't know what it was. Maybe I just had too much, and my system just immediately kicks it back. But like now, not drinking alcohol for so long, just any alcohol in general starts making me yuck. But it's funny because I can still smell the notes. Like if you put Woodford Reserve in front of me, I
right.
can uh I can smell like it's spicy, has like a leathery tone to it, a woody finish. If you put the double oak, then yeah, definitely it's more oaky. Especially if you
Yeah.
have like barbecued with oak, I can before I was able to do that with tequila too. Like the different the blanco versus the
Reposado.
reposado, yeah,
Reposado.
reposado,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean, the different notes between the blanco and the reposado. The reposado, being more how do you say, more more oomph because it's
Yeah.
aged longer in the charred barrel, has definitely more notes in it versus the Blanco, which is just a straight Blanco, you know what I mean? Just filtered and that's it. And
Right.
fermented.
Yeah, but so, what is it that what's your drinking choice now? Like, are you going
Water,
juice? You
man.
going water? Nice.
Water, soda I can't do because of the sugar. So I'm really cutting down on the sugar. I love sweet tea, but again, sugar is a bad enemy. So I drink kombucha now. Believe it or not, kombucha.
I just saw a kombucha beer. I was
Yeah, yeah. But well,
yeah,
kombucha has alcohol in it, like the way they ferment the yeast and stuff. I
yeah,
believe it's a concoction of some sort of I want to say some sort of like fungi and then some sort of like sugary thing and that's what kombucha is. But I believe the brand you're talking about is Hum. I think Hum beer. But
yeah.
now if you notice, there's a lot of breweries doing the same thing. They're making probiotic beer. Well, you're seeing probiotic in a lot of things. Like water companies are doing it, like Propel Water, and like so you're starting to see probiotic in a lot of things. But like straight liquor wise, I don't think I could go back, man. Honestly,
Yeah. No, I can
but I
understand
still
that, man.
collect. I still collect. Doesn't stop me from collecting. I
Definitely.
still collect, man.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
saw.
and what's that?
I saw this really cool bottle. It wasn't the Don. It was like what's that? Don Julio? No, it's not a Don Julio. What's that one really expensive bottle of Respirado? It's a ceramic bottle, long
Oh, you
neck,
talking
white.
about Clase Azul?
Yeah, so it was a bottle like that, not by Clase Azul. It was a newer brand out of Mexico, and it had beautiful like uh Dias de Muertes painting on it. Beautiful bottle design. I don't know if the liquor was any good or not, but like I still collect. Um,
Nice, nice. Maduro Tales. If you want to hop on, man, this is open forum for me.
yeah,
We're just
Maduro
gonna come
Tales
in
is
here. We're
from
gonna
Bali.
talk.
Yeah, from Bali.
He's from Bali.
Yeah,
Nice, nice. So I know you smoke a lot of cigars. You don't want to put me on to AJ Fernandez.
dude, I
Uh,
put a lot of people on the AJ Fernandez.
yeah. And so is it still AJ Fernandez to you, or is it like you got other cigars that you really having a go
No,
to for, or what?
so so here's the thing, right? And this falls into the alcohol world too, right?
Right.
There's manufacturers out there that just they put their label on a bottle and they call it boom, mine. Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner, all these freaking celebrities, right?
Right.
Then you got a brand like AJ Fernandez, sixth, seventh generation, in the tobacco family. But not only does he make his cigars, he grows his tobacco, rolls his tobacco, ages his tobacco, and distributes his tobacco. So it's all done in house, and that's why I stand by the brand. Versus like some other cigar companies, or even same case goes for tequila companies, right?
Right.
Versus Joe Schmo just saying, "Hey man, you know what? I want to buy 2,000 liters and put my label on it." You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
The
Right.
consistency will not be there for that brand. Versus
Exactly.
a manufacturer that not only grows their agave, harvest their agave, process their agave, does their in-house quality and testing on their own tequila, and releases a consistent product throughout the years, that's a tequila brand like for yourself, you're going to stand behind, right? Because there's going to be consistency. And since everything is done in house, the cost is going to be low. And same thing goes for me with AJ Fernandez. There's a lot of other manufacturers like in Nicaragua, there's the My Father Cigars that makes a lot of cigars for other companies. There's
Hmm.
the Plasencia family that's been around forever. I believe Rocky Patel has a factory, PDR. So there's a lot of manufacturers that do this. I just happen to stand behind AJ Fernandez because, I grew up in the islands and spice is a big factor in my life. I love spicy, and everything AJ does, he puts his unique spice into it. No matter
Right.
what type of
Right.
cigar it is, it could be, it could be something like this an Enclave Habano, right? Which
Right.
is, you get somewhat of a buttery croissant vibes out of it,
Yeah.
still has notes of spice into it. you know, or it could be something like this Bellas Artes, a Brazilian Matafina wrapper with a Mexican San Andreas binder. So wrapper and then the binder, it's more on the chocolatey leather coffee side.
Yeah.
Still has its signature spice to it. You know what I mean?
Nice, nice.
So that's what I like. Is I like I mean, in any food I eat, regardless of what it is, I will always add spice. Oh yeah, Padron. Padron's another big one, but Padron is very like they're not like Padron is not gonna market anything. Padron,
Right.
like name one legacy tequila brand. Like Padron is an OG brand. They don't
Right.
market nothing. They don't put out promotions. They don't sell salespeople because they
They
know
just
that
say,
they're
look, you know
yeah.
who I am.
Our
You know the
yeah,
fuck I
our stuff
am.
is gonna sell.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know,
So
you
that's
know
what
the fuck I
Padron
am.
is.
Like you just buy it
Yeah.
because of who I am. You know, because
Exactly.
you know the quality that I'm putting out there. Like the Padron 80th year, that
Hmm.
absolutely blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
Uh, the,
Padron, and it's funny because it's like, you know how people pair cigars. I mean, the whole cigar, liquor, they all fall into the same category, you know.
right.
And when you start drinking a liquor and you start smoking a cigar, like let's say you're drinking your tequila, Respirado, or what's that, añejo? Same. I mean,
Hmm.
what's it? Añejo means old, and Respirado means aged, right? I forgot what the marketing Lou is there, but it means the same thing. It's old.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You know,
And, and
and
and and you start pairing it with a cigar, and you're like, oh man, you know, like these really complement each other. Nothing overpowers each other. You know.
exactly, exactly. Especially when you get something like AJ Fernandez makes the Eye of the Shark, right?
No, you're thinking of Eye of the Shark. That's Puente.
Okay, yeah. But even Wente, like that Art of the Shark is absolutely amazing. Like the One World from
Yeah, the
AJ
box
Fernandez
press
is
torpedo,
amazing.
if I am not
Yeah,
mistaken, right?
yeah, yeah. Like if you're pairing that with like something that's absolutely amazing, like you're pairing it with what I'm drinking right now, like this El Tesoro Extra Añejo, this El Tesoro Paradiso. Like you pair that with like the One World, the Eye of the Shark, or um, even like the chapter one from LFD. You know,
Yeah,
you pair it with something like this is an amazing cigar. It's just
yeah,
like you know, El Tesoro doesn't do any marketing, but they are well known because they know like, hey, I'm gonna put out this shit. It's absolutely amazing, and it's going to sell out. You know,
yeah. No, I
they
agree
don't.
with you. Same
Yeah,
thing as I used to drink a lot of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select, and the rye. Oh my God, the rye was beautiful. $40 a bottle, 40 $50 a bottle for I want to say, what's the big bottle, like a 700 milliliter, if
750.
I'm yeah,
Yeah,
750 milliliter, $50 $60 for a beautiful single barrel Select. So it's all from the same barrel, and a
yeah.
beautiful rye. Man, you can just I used to just sip on that, like just smoke and just sip on it straight. And usually I drink. I used to drink my and I get a lot of shit for this, but I used to drink it with the ice. Fuck me, but whatever.
I mean,
That's just
hey,
mine.
it's what you like, you know.
Yeah,
It's whatever you
and I
like.
liked it cold, so I kept all of my bottles in the freezer.
Yeah,
But that was just me. You know, a lot of people were
right,
like, I drink it room temperature. I'm like, I like it cold. So all my bottles stay. If it was sitting on the counter, it's just something I didn't drink. It's just like I'll buy stupid shit just because it looks cool. But no, like
right.
I literally have this $9 bottle of some wine, but it has gold flakes in it, and that's the only reason I bought it. And people
For
pick
the
it up
look
and they're
of it,
like, "Oh man, like this is cool." I'm like, I wouldn't drink that. I just bought
right?
it as a
A
showpiece.
showpiece.
Um,
Yeah.
but I grew up with rum. I
Hmm.
grew up in Fiji Islands, and we had our country's rum because we were a country that produced sugarcane,
Nice.
and they would use the molasses from the sugarcane to produce our rum. Our rum was 120 proof, high proof rum. You can't get it anywhere else other than the country, and maybe the duty free if you go there. It's called Bounty Rum. When I find a picture of it, I'll send it to you. Oh man, that stuff will put hair on your chest.
Dude,
It,
and
it
that No, that's something that I've never been able to do. Is like I've never been able to do rum. I've tried it. I've tried it several different times
But see, here's the
over.
thing. So like we used to. So there's different stages of sugar, right? Different stages of sugar. There's your sugar cane juice, which is the most purest form of sugar cane, right? Then it starts going into black sugar, like not brown sugar, which you guys see in the store, black sugar. This stuff is, oh my God, I can't even describe how sweet it is, but has its own unique taste. And then molasses. And then you start getting into the bleach stuff, which is like brown sugar. And then you finally get the white granulated sugar, right? But once you understand black sugar and you get a taste for black sugar, then you start understanding island rum, or at least Fijian rum, because our rum is
Yeah,
made from molasses. You know, rum is made from usually a sugary type drink. Mostly the islands make a lot of rum, like the Caribbean islands. I'm not sure if like the Jamaican stuff or the Caribbean islands are also sugarcane based, but I know Fiji Islands, our rum is sugarcane based. And once you eat that black sugar and understand like like sweet, everybody says like sugar has a sweet taste, right? But there's different types of
right,
sweetness,
right.
you know, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And
So
once you understand that sweetness, you will understand the rum, um, and then why it's so high proof, because it's like if you can get over that backlash of alcohol from the high proofness,
right.
and you totally focus on that almost malty, just I can't even explain how that
Well,
sweetness is with the black sugar,
it's
but
it's like drinking like a high proof bourbon. Like today, I was in
but
Kenwood
bourbons are more
Liquor.
spicier. Yeah, but
Right,
remember,
it is.
bourbons are more spicier. The rum isn't as spicy as a bourbon.
Hmm.
It's more on that sweet side, but not not like a Smirnoff, you know, artificial sweet. It's something like from the core. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So it's like something
It's
like
hard
you
to
have to
explain.
really. It's like you have to really try it and really experience it to
Yeah,
truly understand it.
a great place is a U.S. territory called St. Croix.
Okay.
In the St. Croix, there's a rum distillery. St. Croix is a very small island. It's part of the whole U.S. territories near the Puerto Rico area.
Yeah.
And in St. Croix, if you do the distillery tour, you'll get to learn probably the closest you can in the United States about rum. Because remember, United States is a whiskey area. You know,
Right.
you got your Kentucky, your Texas. You got your South. That's all whiskey territory. Whiskey, and what's that other one I'm looking for? Whiskey, Scotch, and
Well, yeah, whiskey, Scotch, bourbon.
yeah, they're
I
all the
mean,
same thing, just different
right.
ratios of the mash. Mesh,
Well,
mesh.
everything. Bourbon and Scotch are both whiskeys, but not
Yeah,
every whiskey is a bourbon or a Scotch.
yeah, because they got to
Is
meet the ratios with just like if something is a rye, they have to be like almost 70% rye.
right, right. For them to really be able to call it a rye, it has to be something like that. And I think I think rum is one of those things where it's like with tequila. Like you have to experience, like someone has to expose you to great tequila, or like say like, look, you need to taste this. This is what tequila is supposed to taste like,
Mm-hmm.
in order for you to really appreciate a quality rum. And I think that's the same way with, well, I mean, you look at anything, like especially with cigars, like, if you're used to smoking black and milds, I know it's sacrilegious to say that, but if you're used to smoking black and milds and you go to a smoke factory, then a smoke factory is absolutely amazing to you. But if you're used to smoking, you know, One World from AJ Fernandez, and you go to a smoke factory, you're like, this is absolutely trash. You know,
Yeah,
and it's the exposure and the level that you're being exposed to of cigars, tequila, anything like that. Like I tell people
and
all the
and
time, was that
and you're bringing up a great point, because how do people drink tequila? They shot it. They don't really
hmm
taste it. They just whoop. And and to really sit there and to really sit there and enjoy tequila is, you know, it's
Yeah.
something different than just taking it as a shot, because people are like, oh yeah, I drink tequila all the time. I'm like, how do you drink it? They're like, well, I just take it as shooters. I'm like, well, you're not really drinking tequila, you're just getting drunk. There's a big difference
Right.
between, like, you like, and you start tasting these different tequilas, and what makes a good alcohol is is balancing. Like, if it's literally evaporating like rubbing alcohol, it's shit. Doesn't matter who made it, you know? Like, I
Right.
had that Kendall Jenner's tequila, whatever it is, the 504. Dude,
The
that thing
818
literally tastes
crap.
like rubbing alcohol. There is
Yeah.
no, like, there is no agave to it. It's just like literally rubbing, like, you're just drinking, like somebody took Smirnoff, the sweetest Smirnoff they could find, and rubbing alcohol and put it together and put a
Wow.
and put a tequila label on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
But to
know.
really like sit there and like sip on it and be like, you know, I can really taste the different, you know, like um the aged agave, you know, the sweetness from the agave plant, and you know, the
Exactly.
alcohol backburn is really subtle. That's what makes a good tequila.
Exactly. Exactly. And we were just, I was just in Benny's today, and we were talking about 818 tequila because we were talking about brands like Little Lobos and like Pasote and Don Modesto and all these other great brands that are great tequilas, but are, you know, having either slow down production or having to. Can you see me? You good?
Yeah, I was cutting out.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, you know, like I said, I was in Benny's, and we are talking about all these other brands. Like, we're talking about 818, and we're talking about all these other great brands like Villa Lobos and Don
Well,
Modesto and Pasote,
The
and you know,
the Kylie Jenner brand, I believe they copied off of the 818, if I'm not mistaken, right?
no,
They're made in the
818 is Kylie Jenner's brand.
But then, so Kylie Jenner copied off of another brand. It's similar. It's like 5150. It's made in the
Yeah,
same factory. Both of them are made in the same factory, except Kylie Jenner's cost like twice as much and it's
yeah,
twice as shitty. I forgot
yeah,
what the original brand is. They actually did a whole thing about, like, a whole petition for Kylie Jenner to change, because the design of the label, it is
yeah.
so similar to that particular brand. And I forgot what that original brand was.
I know what you're talking about because I remember I remember hearing about that as well. I just can't remember exactly which one it was. But the people that were, you know, they copied off of were going around. It's 515. Thank you.
Mm,
Look, yeah, 515.
515. That's, see,
Yeah,
818,
they
515. Come on, man.
copied the label and everything.
Just because you put
Right.
Kylie
You
Jenner's
know,
name on it, what
they
the?
copied.
Look, Kanye West said this perfectly, man. He said, I like Lady Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. He's like, what the fuck does she know about photos? Just because Kylie Jenner put her name on something, that doesn't mean it's good. But stupid people don't
Right.
understand that.
But you know, it's when you look at these industries, though, especially the alcohol industry. This is a part of our combo. It honestly, it's all about marketing. It's
It
all
is.
about who has the most
Cigars, it's
marketing
all about
dollars.
marketing. Everything is about marketing. Everything is about marketing. I could take the shittiest product and have the most famous person right now say, smoke this, and guess what everybody's gonna do? They're gonna
You
smoke
will
it and they're
smoke it.
gonna tell everybody it's good. But the thing is, they
Exactly.
don't understand what the difference between good and bad is, because they've only been exposed to this one thing and they're telling everybody it's good. But once you understand what good and what bad is, you start forming your own conclusions, and not to mention, everybody's palate is different.
Exactly. Everyone's palate is different. Everyone likes things differently. But it's like we were talking about Casamigos as well. That was in there because Casamigos
Her right
they have
there,
their
she's
cigar bourbon.
she drinks fucking shit ton of bourbon, dude. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I
I'm not
just
even joking, dude.
hey, oh no, I drink a lot of bourbon too. I have a bourbon. One of my best friends is a bourbon guy. Um,
She
I
has
just picked
all the
up.
Blanton heads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
like all
I
the
just
different ones. Like, he collected all of them.
nice. I just picked up this one right here. This is a
Heaven's
store
Door.
pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
this is
not
store pick. This is a store pick though. This is
From
a store pick from Kenwood Liquor. The owner of Kenwood Liquor, TJ, he does fantastic store picks.
yeah,
Um,
another good one is Four Roses. Four
oh
Roses is
yeah,
another good one.
I did I
Angel's
today,
Envy. Is
yeah,
it Angel's
today,
Envy?
yeah, it's Angel's Envy. Today I did a Four Roses. I did a taste of Four Roses single barrel. The one
Single
they
barrels
do
are
like a
good. I like
Semillon.
single barrels.
Yeah,
Single
I did
barrels
that.
and barrel proof.
Right. I did that one. That one is absolutely delicious, but it burns a fucking hole through your chest, man. You
Dude,
know.
you know what really burns a hole through your chest? Bombay Sapphire. So aside from dark liquors, my favorite light liquor is gin because that's another liquor that we drank in the islands was gin
Hmm.
because of like I'm from Fiji Islands, right? But I don't look like an islander because my people were slaves out of the British East Trading Company and were brought over to the island. So because of that Indian British influence, we drank a lot of gin. And one of my favorite gins is a Tanqueray. And we drank a lot of Bombay Sapphire. And fuck, man, Bombay Sapphire will put a hole in your stomach. It's like drinking straight ethanol.
Ooh, I can't do
Yeah,
it,
that
man.
stuff is Bombay Sapphire and Beefeater.
I can't do it, man. I can't like. That's like
But the
going
thing is,
back
you
in.
get the citrus you get off of the gin.
Yeah.
It's the botanical citrusy. It's like nothing in this world, man. Like nothing can like vodka tries to capture it by making all this like the Grey Goose, Le Orange, and Kettle One botanicals. No, the gin botanicals. It's something like just traditional, man. And if you really like botanical notes, like I like lemonade a lot, you're gonna love gin.
See, I can't do gin, man. Like I grew up in a projects, bro. And the main drinks back then was like gin, like
Team,
malt liquor, and uh
team,
like rock gut, yeah, like rock gut
EJ,
bourbon,
Hennessy,
E and J, Hennessy.
E and
Oh,
J.
no, we did. They did Black Velvet. So
Mm.
so I have an uncle, right? And I'm going to buy. I was out. It was a Thanksgiving, like 3 years ago or so, and I'm going to buy one of my uncles a decent bottle for his birthday. He's used to drinking all this other, this crap stuff that he's used to drinking. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to, the liquor store we went to, it wasn't a high end liquor store. It was kind of in the hood. So I go, yeah, it's a Bear City, man. Uh, I went to go, the best thing I saw him was Basil Hayden. So I bought him a bottle of Basil Hayden. You know, I went to my other uncle. I'm like, hey, you want a bottle as well? He's like, don't give me that. He's like, don't give me that bullshit. He's like, give me that Black Velvet. I'm like, Black
Yeah.
Velvet? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so a Black Velvet, a handle of Black Velvet costs $12.
Oh yeah. It's like Jim Beam. Damn near
Yeah,
Jim Beam.
it's no, it's worse, man. And it comes in a plastic container. It
Oh.
comes in a plastic container. It's like, but they're so used to drinking it that it's like when I go and I talk to people that are used to drinking tequila, and they only want to drink. They say, "Oh, I drink top shelf shit," and they say, "I drink Patron or I drink Don Julio," and then I give them some real good shit. I give them,
See, that's that fake good stuff. That's the stuff you see on Instagram, Padron, Don Julio, uh, and man, like that's not like, yeah, that's hyphy and it's popular, but it's not the good shit. The good shit you don't see on social media because not everybody can get the good shit because it's the good shit.
right,
Um, my
right.
boy drinks a lot of like one of my main homies. He drinks Crown Royal. That's his
I
shit.
can't do it, man. I can't.
See, that's what
One
I
of
mean.
my
Like, but like that's his shit. Like, I'm like I don't understand it, bro. Like, he's like, yeah, but like Crown Royal, he's like the reason why that's my shit is because memories. I have memories off of that liquor, even though it's cheap stuff. He's like, but I have memories,
yeah. I
memories that I
mean,
won't be able to get anywhere else. Like when I drink it, I'm mesmerized with the good days.
yeah. I mean, I used to drink Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels, I used to call a slice of heaven. that's a regular Jack Daniels, and now I can't touch regular Jack Daniels. I have to have like I'm a Jack Daniels
Ooh.
fan. I'm a huge Jack Daniels fan. I have a lot of Jack Daniels literally right here next to me. I have 4 bottles alone right next to me, but it's of like the annual releases or like the high end shit. You know, I can't drink the normal shit.
Yeah,
But
I think the lowest I could go was Gentleman Jack.
I probably can't even do that anymore. I got to go barrel strength. I got to go barrel proof.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude, I'm telling you, Jack, the number 7, oh man, I wouldn't, oh God. Ooh.
yeah.
And
See,
you know
but
what's crazy? And when I was in Singapore, that little
mhm.
$5 bottle of Jack Daniels that we get here, 70 Singaporean dollars. 70. That was like the top end shit over there
Wow.
because you know the import laws in Singapore are so strict and people are like, oh, that's
Wow.
the good stuff. I'm like, man, I get that. I was like, man, if somebody paid me, I wouldn't buy that thing.
Not for 70 fucking dollars? No.
The cheap, the
Uh,
old number 7, like the little bottle that's like this big. I'm
yeah,
like, ooh.
right. Cigar Bourbon said that she tried Sincoro this weekend, was delicious, and normally I won't touch tequila. Uh,
If
says
she don't
Crown
touch
Royal.
tequila, man, that
Yeah,
woman drinks bourbon by the barrel.
I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you. Cigar Bourbon. That's it's not good tequila. I'll be
Ooh.
it's better. I'll be like this. It's better tequila than 818 and Patron
Well,
and
they
and all those
advertised
other.
Sincero. Was it Sincero or Centario? I don't know if they're the same brand. Centario? Is that the same brand as Sincero?
No,
Centario.
Centauri. No,
Okay.
Can sorry, Sincoro. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up myself. Sincoro is Michael Jordan's brand. Sincoro is like
Oh,
Michael Jordan, Benny, Jeannie Buss, and like three other NBA owners' brand. I actually have a bottle of it. Well, an empty bottle of it. I'll bring it out over here so you can see the bottle. Um, so this is the bottle. Uh, this is Sincoro. So what they did is they shaped it like a championship trophy, uh, and they what they did is they took like okay tequila, they took like actual like decent tequila, but they dumped a lot of additives into it. They put a lot of artificial sweeteners into it to give it that that strong vanilla like sweet taste to it that
see, I
makes it
don't like that
easier.
artificial sweetness.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like that's my thing. That's where I'm like I live in Chicago and everything,
Oh,
but
hold on, man. I'll be right back. I'll be right
okay,
back. Give me a second. I gotta hop off though,
okay,
but I'll be back.
no problem. All right, you said Patron and compared to haven't touched tequila since 1999. No, compared to the tequila Jack Daniel's snob, I am a little bit of a Jack Daniel's snob. Um, tried 3 different kinds of theirs. Yeah, they have. So for their for the Sincoro tequila, um, if it's on the table and like I'm like facing like Don Julio or Patron or Sincoro, I'm gonna go Sincoro. Um, but you're talking about like the sweeter tequilas, like this right here that I'm about to pour right now. This right here, this extra añejo is probably the same price of what they just upped their price of their añejo at right now. I believe the last time that I believe when I went there today, they have their añejo up to like 140 a bottle. And it's just like, dude, like what the fuck? Like, why is this $140 a bottle for Sincoro tequila? Um, and it it doesn't translate. It doesn't translate very well. But what up, Zay? But like something like this is an actual quality like Not much, man. Send me an invite if you want to hop on. I'm just trying out some tequilas, just having some conversations. Um, oh, that's it. Between 50 to 150. There's a lot that are in that category that I can definitely send you. But I'm gonna show you a couple right now that's just on my bar, right here in front of me. Um, this one right here, this Luminosule Extra Añejo, this goes for about $40 a bottle. It's aged in Elijah Craig barrels, so you'll love this because this is aged in former Elijah Craig barrels. Um, I mean, what else is there? I mean, what was the bottle I was just drinking out of? Why are all these bottles just all suddenly disappeared on me? Um, shit. Yeah, Tequila Ocho gives the color. You have Tequila Ocho that is better. This is just their limited edition one. Um, you have a lot of El Mayor, uh, different bottles like this one right here. This is that one Asia rum cask. Um, that what up, Blaze? Zay, is it not letting you join or what? Um, but you have this El Mayor. El Mayor has a couple different rum casks. Well, a couple different casks that are absolutely amazing. Uh, Not much, man. Just talking tequila. If you guys, if you want to join, definitely come and join. Uh, I'll probably be on here for at least another 30 minutes. I'm trying out. Well, I'm going to give my judgment here pretty soon on what I want to have my final pour of for tonight between the Afamado Extra Añejo, the El Tesoro Paradiso, the Bad Stuff Tequila, and the Tapatio Extra Añejo. Uh, but yeah, sorry, I kind of got off track there. I mean, but there's like this Coscaween, for instance. You have to let me know what area you're in. But this Coscaween costs like $100, and this is better than any Socorro that you'll ever be able to pick up. I mean, even the $1,400 bottle one, it's better than that. This Tapatio, you may be able to find it sometimes under 150, sometimes not. But that's absolutely amazing. I mean, I can send you like a list of like 1,000 different tequilas that are better in that price range. Uh, yeah, Cost Queen's all fire. This Grand Centenario Leyenda, their extra añejo, absolutely amazing. Um, my favorite bottle. Yes, I have to get up. This one right here. This is Código 1530 Añejo, their Encore edition. This is like 110 a bottle. That's better. I mean, there's so many bottles that are better than Cincoro in my book. Uh, that is not even close. And Cincoro being so expensive now that it's like, dude, like why is it 140? Why is it 150 now? So yeah, but this Afamado, this one right here, this is extra nail. So if you like that sweeter tequila, you want to go with this one. I mean, this is like 130, 140 for this bottle right here. Um, and they actually have it in Añejo. If you want a little bit more of the spice, this their Añejo. This one's like, I think like $80 or so. Sometimes I like their Añejo better their than I like their uh, extra Añejo actually. So I'm gonna send out some invites. Waiting as we wait for my boy H to get back, talk some more cigars and everything. Um, what's going on, Blaze?
Yo, what's going on? How's it going this evening?
Good, man. Good. How you? What you drinking on? What you sipping on?
Nah, I'm not sipping on anything right now, man. It's been a long 2 days. I just Had two 16-hour shifts at duty, man. So I just got off and decided to go ahead and smoke one, man, and relax for a little bit. Figured I'd check you out on the IG for a minute.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We just have Austin Tequila come on as well.
All right.
How's it going? How are y'all doing?
We're
Good,
doing
man.
good. Good.
Good.
Hoping to get enlightened tonight on some more tequila, man.
Well, this man right here, he knows his tequila as well, man. What are you sipping on?
So it's a new brand out of El Pandillo, Don Vicente.
Nice.
El Pandillo, Felipe Camarena, up there in the Highlands. Same people that make G4, Peralta, Pasote, Volans. So,
Nice.
Yeah, they're out of El Paso, Texas. So sent over some product, and we just met with one of the co-founders and went through their products. They got a Blanco Repo and an extra añejo. They're pretty delicious.
What's the price range on them?
That would be a good question. So he sent me these products, but I'd have to look it up. They're only available right now in El Paso and Dallas, Fort Worth area, and should be coming to Austin, San Antonio here pretty soon.
Nice, nice. So I'd have to come down to Texas to actually get some of that.
Yeah.
What's the taste like? Is it have more of a bite to it, a sweet taste, kind of a mellow taste to it?
Yeah, so right now I've got the extra añejo in my glass. And so this is made in the Highlands. And a Highland tequila is normally a little more sweet, like floral and fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Where like the lowlands, like the town of tequila, is normally a little more like dry and peppery, a little more earthy. So yeah, this one's, natural sweetness, kind of real pretty floral and fruity notes. But it's still pretty light for extra añejo, because Felipe uses really old barrels, so there's not too much of a whiskey influence. You get a little bit, but you still know you're tasting tequila. You still get that agave punching through. So it's sweet, but it's natural. So it's really nice. It's really pretty tequila.
Now I got one question. I just came back from Big Smoke Las Vegas, and
by the way, what are you smoking on?
This is the El Septimo number 777.
Nice.
Yeah, I just went ahead and grabbed one out of the humidor. I came home with about a good 35 sticks, so it was a pretty good weekend down there. But I noticed one thing from 2019. They had a lot of vendors with regards to spirits. They had everything from whiskey to bourbon, wine, tequila, you name it. But this year, it seems like they had more whiskey and tequila. So I don't know if it's like a new thing now, where people are drinking more tequila and trying to pair tequila with their cigars, as opposed to like a half and half with whiskey or bourbon and tequila. So can you kind of elaborate on that? Because it seems like it's a new thing now.
For me personally, I think that it is something that people are really starting to understand, that the pepper in the tequila and that sweetness in tequila pairs amazingly with a bold Maduro or like or a medium body Habano, where you get that earthiness, the creaminess of that stick, or like the boldness of that Maduro, that strong pepper. And if you put it with a peppery tequila, what it does is it calms down that peppery tequila and allows for those smaller, not as bold flavors to shine through, the way you can really enjoy. You can still enjoy the earthiness, the tobacco flavor, the pepperiness, the boldness, and get that little slight high that you want from that Maduro, that punch that you want from that Maduro. But you can also now enjoy like the little hints of rainwater and and like that little the little lava rock that comes through, and and those little small hints of bourbon that comes through, and like what he's drinking right now.
Okay. Yeah, I would say, like, I definitely don't know much about cigars. I enjoy a couple a year, but I would say probably another reason you're seeing that is, one, like, bourbon's been on a huge kick for the last several years.
Okay.
But this last year, tequila's really taken off. So I think it's probably also just market share that you're seeing more and more of that. But all those other things are just as true. Probably for, I would think a cigar, if I was going to pair it with something, I'd go with more like an añejo or extra añejo. But yeah, it's still going to pair really well, I think, with a cigar. It doesn't have to just be, Scotch or American whiskey.
Okay.
Right. And I think that liquids and solids just had a very good point with a statement. It said, as much as people have negative thoughts against the celebrity tequilas, which, all of us, especially us that love the higher end, like the more craft tequilas, we don't necessarily like the celebrity tequilas. This is what they said. I think it has had an impact on the popularity, which is true.
Casamigos selling for almost $1 billion had a lot to do with it. Yeah,
exactly. Casamigos and for as much as we dog and hate on 818, Kylie Jenner has an absolutely widespread reach. Same thing as The Rock. He's the most followed person on social media, and with them having tequilas to come out, it's like everyone's starting to hear about it.
Yep.
They had I can't remember the exact. It was an añejo. It was Corralejo had 3 or 4 different tequilas for everyone to taste, and the one I tasted was an añejo, and it had a sweet taste to it, and it was one of their higher ends that you can't actually get right now. Again, they were just letting it, be known to the public that, hey, this is the next couple of brands that'll probably be coming out. And I wish I had kept the flyer with me because there are like several on there. But the one I tasted, I don't mind a sweet taste in a tequila, like we talked about before with the Addictivo. It's not for everybody. What I'm saying? But I can pair that with a couple of good cigars, and it'll go over really, really well. So, like you said, maybe it's just something that's on the uptick right now. And I love tequila. I mean, I'm not very well versed in it, but I have the ones that I do like. Particularly Don Julio is my favorite. I'll drink that every day, all day, except for the Blanco. I won't touch the Blanco because it just does things to me. But the Reposado and Añejo, I like those very, very much.
Yeah, and with Don Julio, I mean, when you're starting to find that it does something to you, like it starts to make you angry and stuff, that's why I always look and I say, and I don't know about you, Austin, but I always say, that's the alcohol that they added to it, or those additives that they added to it that's making you that way, not the actual tequila.
Right, I got you.
Yeah, because it's just a really well-made, tequila. You should be able to drink, any of their expressions without it, affecting you too much. I mean, obviously it's alcohol, but it's normally those additives, or if you really get into it, if it's a mixto. Like a mixto just means that not all of the fermentable sugars come from agave. So you could have, a minimum of 51% of agave sugars, and the rest could be, cane sugar or something like that, corn syrup, and that could give you the headache, like Jose Cuervo Gold. That's a really poor quality, mixto. You're gonna get a headache because you're introducing those other sugars that aren't good for you. It's already alcohol. We're not trying to say it's good for you, but if it's 100% agave, and you treat it, responsibly, it shouldn't affect you too much,
Okay. What's your take on and there's another one that I would only drink within the confines of my own home, and that's Cazadores.
Cazadores.
Yes. What's your take on that?
Gosh, Cazadores. I'd have to look that one up. I do a lot of picture association, so I don't remember that right offhand.
Okay. It's the one with the deer. The one with the
deer head on it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't quote me. I think it might have a diffuser. Is that one of the diffuser brands?
They do have a diffuser, but it's Cazadores is how you officially announce it.
Yeah.
It's very popular. you're going to be able to find that, like, it's along the lines of like a Herradura, you
Gotcha.
know, the basic level Herradura, not the high end Herradura, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, it's like a Casamigos, without the Casamigos name.
Right.
No, he kind of froze. So
There we go.
you there? All right. It's so to me personally, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I tried their extra añejo. I mean, that was palatable. Their extra, you know, he keeps freezing. I don't want to,
Yeah.
you know, answer his question without him. Because
No,
I have some questions for you as well. Because obviously you have an amazing tequila selection in mezcal and everything, and you guys are doing some good things down there in Texas. So I'll answer his question when he comes back from Blinken.
Yeah,
So
probably what I would say is, I know what brand we're talking about now. Is it's sure it's fine, like if it's a, you know, a batch. I mean, even honestly, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't buy it at all. You know, because for that price you can get like the Olmeca Altos, you know, Tahona crushed. It's at least here maybe like $45 for the 1.75 liter. So it's a well-made tequila that you can buy a bunch of it still for a good price. You know,
right.
so you don't have to buy that product. There's other things that can take its place.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you heard that.
Back.
I don't know if you heard that, Blaze. Okay, we can't hear you.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's going on.
There we go.
Let's see.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
maybe
Rudy,
it's
have a
just
good
something
show.
that. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe
No,
it's just
Rudy, one of the other guys is just looking on. He has another show. We're here. We're here.
okay. Yeah, maybe it's just one of those particular brands that's, you know, it's just like cigars. Certain cigars doesn't fit with everyone's palate. You know what I mean? So maybe that's just one of those particular brands that just doesn't agree with my palate and my system overall. You know, like I said, you have a lot of tequilas just to sip, and you know most people like to shoot tequila. Um,
Right.
Casadores is one of those kinds that I don't think is meant to be shot, maybe sipped more than anything. Like you said, with all those extra fillers or whatever that's in it, you know, shooting it too much will kind of go just right to the system and cause some sort of adverse effect because of what's in it. So maybe if I tried to sip
Right.
it, then it might have a different effect on me.
Yeah. I think that any tequila, if you sip it, it's going to have a different effect on you.
Yeah,
Same as any tequila, if you shoot it, it's going to have a different effect on you.
right.
You know, I mean, that's kind of like my take on it.
Okay.
Personally, like, I don't know, Austin, if you want to repeat what you were just saying, because I know he kind of froze
Yeah.
when you said that, you know, the price range. You were talking about the price range.
Yeah, I was just talking about, for the price that it is, there's going to be better quality products. So there's actually no reason, you know, in my opinion, that you would need to, you know, drink that product, you know, because there's Olmeca Altos, which is a very affordable. It's in that same price range, but it's made well. So a lot of issues with people getting stuck with a certain brand is it's presented to them in a certain way. But there's something, you know, that's normally better that can still be in that same price range. You know, so a lot of it is just, you know, learning about it. You know, you don't know
Okay.
what you don't know.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, meaning I'm sure, like, you know, you have some cigars that I can say, hey, you know, I'm looking for a quality, you know, $15 stick, you know,
Hmm.
and I'll go and I'll get I'll go get the most name brand stick, you know, that's out there
Hmm.
because I heard about it, you know, but
Right.
then I'll look over at you and be like, hey, big bro, like, you got something that's in this price, and you'll be like, look, try this stick. And
Okay.
it's just as great as like an LFD Chapter 1 or, you know, or Padron or an AJ Fernandez, you know,
Hmm.
and I would have never heard about it before. So it's the same thing with like tequila. It's like, Austin is probably sipping on an amazing tequila right now that none of us have heard of that would completely blow away any Don Julio
Okay.
that you could put in your glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Austin.
Hmm?
Obviously, you have a great collection there. You have a lot of people that you have a club down there as well. That you guys work with. What is your favorite bottle on that bar right now?
So just in my cabinet right now.
Just see your cabinet right now, and then tell me what of all time.
Okay. All right. So I haven't opened it, but I've had it. So the best thing in my cabinet would be that's probably backwards. Okay. So it's Fortaleza and Añejo, but it's lot 42. So there was a mistake when they were bottling the Añejo. They had some really old barrels, which were extra Añejos, but Fortaleza doesn't do an extra Añejo. So this is actually a blend of Añejo and extra Añejo. So lot 42 and lot 43 are these like well-collected lots, and it's magnificent. So
Wow.
I've had it. I just haven't opened my own. I'm kind of waiting for that moment that says, hey, I've got to open this.
Right,
So
right.
This is probably my best bottle that I have in my cabinet. But to be honest with you, I have another cabinet that's off camera that I have other things in. But still, this is the best bottle I think I currently have.
So you think that that's better than anything else you have in your other cabinet?
Oh yeah, yeah. And the other cabinet, all that is just unopened stuff. This cabinet's only so big, and it can only take so much weight. So I just kind of have open bottles in here. So, but best bottle ever, man. Tequila is one of those things that it's like, to me, there's not just a one type deal, Like I know whiskey,
Right.
but they always point to like Pappy, and if you have a Pappy, then you've reached the pinnacle. But it's all about, I'd love to say like I've had a lot of winners, so I could probably give, several examples. The Cascaween Anniversario was a really good bottle that I had. So that was the agaves were cooked.
Hey, loving it, tequila.
Yeah, the agaves were cooked in a pit, so it was very different. But yeah,
She's the Cascaween.
Anniversario.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, anniversary. Real smoke. It was similar to the Ancestral, which is the Siembra Valles. It's made at the same place. It's made at Cascaween, but it's very traditional, like old school. Like it tastes kind of like a mezcal almost.
Oh, nice.
Real smoky and punchy and high proof. But it is a tequila, so that Paradiso is excellent.
Yeah, this is my winner of tonight. So I'm just, before I get a little bit too tipsy to announce that, my pour that I'm going with I had Tapatio. Now I have a question for you, Blaze. Before this, I went Tapatio. I had the Bad Stuff Tequila, extra añejo. All these are extra añejos. And Afamado, extra añejo. The Bad Stuff, man. I love the Reposado.
Yeah.
But my choice for tonight is my winner of tonight is the yes, ma'am. My winner of tonight is a Paradiso. That's my winner of the night. So thank you, El Tesoro. But Blaze.
Yes.
What is your favorite cigar in your humidor right now? And what would you say would be your favorite cigar of all time that you've ever had?
Well, for me, there's a couple of brands that I do really, really like, and I would consider them my go-to. One of which is Nat Seco. These cigars, they come in mild, medium, full body, but they have a very, very buttery taste to them. And I mean, to me, it's smooth like butter, and the smoke itself is very, very creamy. So most of the time when I would smoke a Nat Seco, I would probably have like a glass of wine, like a red wine with not any one particular brand, because I get a lot of different brands from time to time just to try to see what they're like. But a go-to in Nat Seco, another brand would be a CAO, and I think it's pronounced cow or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, I love that brand. I love that brand.
There's probably, out of most of their brand that they have, there's probably one I really just don't care for, and it probably because it has a Colorado wrapper. I'm mostly like dark wrappers like Maduro's and Oscuro or something like that. But those
Yeah.
two are pretty much my favorites. Now, when I first started smoking cigars, which was probably about 3 years ago, we're getting into it. The very first cigar ever that I had was it was a dark Maduro wrapper, and it was a Gurkha Ghost, full body cigar. And man, from that point, I was hooked on cigars. But I didn't keep smoking those right away because I was just getting into trying to learn, the different, the origins are, how they were all created with different blends and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's a big boy to start on, though. That's a big boy to start on.
It is. And I kind of shied away from that. And most of the cigars I would smoke were flavor infused by Drew Estates.
Mm-hmm.
So they have everything from the ordinary Larry, the Cuba Cuba, the cold infusion, all of those types of cigars. And then once I started to kind of figure out, okay, I kind of like the mild and medium, but I really like full body cigars. And that's when I went back to Gurkha and started smoking a couple of Gurkhas. And I just started branching off with La Flor Dominicana, a couple of brands that were out there. But that was the very first one I had smoked. But my go-tos are those two particular brands that I just mentioned. But I have a variety in my store now simply because I just came back from a big smoke in Vegas. And, man, just one hell of an event. A lot of the vendors, everyone out there from Rocky Patel to Arturo Fuente, EP Carrillo, everyone that was out there. I came away with a lot of good cigars. And it was a great event too. So yeah, but that was the first one. That was the very first one. And like you said, it's strong. Now there was one I had tried.
Oh, you kind of froze there.
It was in,
you kind of froze there, Blaze.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that problem right now. If you could hear me.
Yeah,
it was a LFD.
Froze again. So until I think I know which one he was going to talk about. There's this LFD they call like Bigfoot or something like that. It has like this green wrapper on there. I don't know how familiar you are with cigars.
Yeah, a little
but
bit.
it has like this green wrapper on there. The stick is probably about like $20-$30 a stick. And this is it's absolutely amazing. Hold on, he sent a request again.
What was he talking about infused? I don't know anything about infused cigars.
So within cigars, you can actually infuse it with with pretty much anything. You can infuse like a lot of like Drew Estate cigars are highly infused with like just sweetness or like cognac, or you have like cognac infused. You have infusion of different flavors.
So basically tobacco at some point.
Yeah. So basically, sometimes they'll soak the tobacco in like bourbon barrels, like have a bourbon infused cigar, or they'll actually wrap up the cigar and they'll infuse it in like tequila or some kind of whatever flavor they want to infuse it in.
Yeah.
And then they let it dry out. They put cellophane on there and they sell them.
Okay. Yeah.
So usually, like if you're just trying to get into cigars, or you like just starting into cigars, you usually start with an infused cigar.
Right.
It's lighter on the palate. you actually, I mean, it's like starting off with Clase Azul. You know what I mean?
That's what I did. Yeah.
Exactly.
Don
Exactly.
Julio, me too. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you get the artificial flavoring that hooks you in, and you know, and then you start to go more toward the natural. Like if you want to keep with it and you really want to, you know, and build your love for the cigar or the spirit, you go more into what it actually is supposed to taste like.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, I'm going to bow out, but had a good time with y'all tonight. So
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I'll see you again soon.
Definitely, we'll definitely do another live here.
Yeah, that sounds great. Y'all take care.
You too,
Okay.
man.
All right. So let me ask you a question, bro. What actually got you started with being able to just try different brands of tequila and then creating your own, like you said, your collection back there? What was it about tequila that said, you know what, I need to look into this a little bit more?
Yeah, honestly, it was more of like how I woke up in the mornings and just how it made me feel like
Okay.
after I've had, you know, like if you have too much bourbon in the morning, you're waking up, it's a fucking horrible morning. You know what I mean? It's absolutely shitty morning. You know,
Yeah.
the night was great. You know, you drank a lot of delicious shit, but
Right.
you wake up in the morning, you're feeling like fucking crap. You know,
Yeah.
but you have some delicious tequila. You can go a quarter way through the bottle. You wake up the next morning and you're fine. You know, you're
Yeah.
able to wake up and you know, you had a better night's sleep because you had some glasses of tequila. You know, so
You know, that,
so
yeah,
what's that?
that was kind of the thing with the Addictivo. Um, when that was introduced to me, I took it over to a buddy of mine house, a former coworker, who doesn't drink tequila at all. You know, he's you know, a bourbon whiskey guy, you know, and other things like old fashions and stuff like that. So I brought a bottle by his house, and of course it was on Sunday, football Sunday, and we literally went through, probably him and I, three-quarters of that bottle, just him
Yeah,
and I, and he was like, "Man, this is on point." You know, so now I'm quite sure he has it, you know, on his shelf at his house. And, you know, typically he probably won't drink it until I come by. But, you know, any given Sunday, we'll probably go through, you know, three-quarters of a bottle. I mean, in the course of a day, because we normally start like around noon. And sometimes I won't leave his house probably until about 8 o'clock that night.
yeah. It's football Sunday. You know,
Exactly. So we're
you gotta
smoking and, you know, eating, just enjoying the day, but also enjoying a very, very good bottle of tequila as well.
exactly. It's like, and you woke up the next morning and you didn't feel like absolute shit.
Nothing at all. I mean, you know, as much as I work too, like I said, I just came off of two 16-hour shifts. So typically for me in a week, I'm probably working maybe three 16-hour shifts a week. You
Hmm.
know, so I know going into a Monday, you know, I don't want to have something that's too overbearing on my palate, like a Don Julio or a Casadores or something like that. Something that has a little bit of flavor to it, but
Right.
not too much where it'll just give you a certain feeling. It'll have you just really, really mellow. And that's what that,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And so the thing with Aditivo is if you can find Cava de Oro, uh, Cava de Oro is actually the owner, the person that made Cava de Oro is the owner. I mean, I'm sorry, is the dad of the owner of Aditivo.
Okay,
So the story behind that is there was the dad and his two sons. They started making Cava de Oro. Well, the dad started making Cava de Oro, brought his two
okay,
sons in, taught him how to make tequila. One son
okay.
said, "Hey, I want to have a brand of my own," so he branched off and made Aditivo.
Mm, good
Yeah,
choice. Yeah,
yeah.
very,
But
very.
to me, Cava de Oro is a better tequila
Okay.
than Aditivo. I mean, trust me, Aditivo. It's been on my bar several times. I love Aditivo. It's
Mm,
definitely delicious. That was my go-to tequila if I wanted like a something that was like a reset to the palate. So
okay.
like if you go into the tequila world, you're gonna have what Austin was just talking about. You're gonna have tequilas that are gonna be on the more the peppery side and
Mm,
like the more like agave four side. They're gonna have the sweeter tequilas as well,
okay.
uh, which is like what the one that he was drinking.
Right.
Uh, so if you want to have a switch up from like whenever I wanted to have a switch up from like the peppery type of tequilas,
Yeah.
like the agave four type of tequilas, I would always grab a bottle of Aditivo, you
Okay.
know, to switch up my flavor palette to go to more, give me more of that sweetness that I'm wanting to reset,
Okay.
reset my flavors and reset my, my palate,
Yeah.
and it always did me right. And then I found this one right here. What up, kid? Uh, I found this one right here. This Afamado.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is not readily available. What area are you in?
I live in Northern California, around the Bay Area, like Oakland, San Francisco.
I got one for you, bro. I got one for you, OG.
Okay.
This one right here. Dolce Amarguro.
Dolce Amaguro.
Yeah, Dolce Amarguro. Sorry, Amarguro. Uh, you have that. You have uh, Dos Artes as well. So Dolce Amargura. Uh, what's up, Rafi? Uh, if anyone else wants to join, just send me the request. This has been open forum. First off, I appreciate you coming on, Blaze.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming on, OG. Having
I'm
some chat with me. Appreciate everyone else that's came on so far.
yeah.
So anyone else wants to come on, talk tequila, talk life, talk cigars, whatever, just
Yeah.
send me the invite. I'll probably do maybe 20 minutes at the most, more of this.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so you have like California, like the Oakland area and everything, like LA
Okay.
area, you guys have a lot of great sweeter tequilas. Um, so what I would say is definitely look for Dos Artes, uh, or look for Dolce Amargura,
Okay.
even Mandala. Mandala is not bad, like in that sweeter category.
Okay.
But if you can find Afamado Extra Añejo, that's my Afamado Extra Añejo is my favorite sweet tequila.
Okay.
Um, Another one that's good that's out there that I like a lot is this Chula Paranda.
Okay.
That is the thing about this right here is this Extra Añejo. This is probably like with tax and everything here in Chicago at least with
Okay.
tax and everything, it was like $85 at the door.
Okay. I mean, that
So was
price.
that
That's not a bad price at all.
right?
You know, for a very good tasting tequila. We have a store here, an outlet. It's called Barrel to Bottle. It was replaced by the original company was called Wines and Spirits. And somehow they wound up, I guess, going through different ownership or whatever, and now it became Barrel to Bottle. And I went in there one day looking for a particular brand of tequila, and just to show you, sometimes owners, they don't really know what they have on their shelves because they have so much inventory coming in. And I asked them about this one particular brand. I can't think of it right now, but I went down the aisle in the tequila section, and the bottle that I was looking for, it was sitting like right there on the shelf. I'm like, I thought you said you didn't have it, you know
Right.
and I said, hey, man, you might want to take a little bit more, notice of your inventory around it, because there are certain things that people are actually looking for, me in particular. Like I said, that's why I came on here, too, because I know that you know your stuff about tequila, and you can shoot me some names, and hopefully if they have it, I can go by there and say, you know what, let me go ahead and check this out and see what it's all about. So that way I can kind of, enhance, my knowledge about tequilas. I mean, I'm
Definitely.
like, who go out. I don't like, the Patron and, all that stuff. I mean, to me, it's just like, what's hot, what's out there, and based on generations, a younger generation might go for something like a Patron,
Right. Right.
me I want something that's, a little bit more mellow for me, because I want to sit back, be able to relax and just, sip and have a nice day enjoying it, instead of, you know,
Exactly. Exactly.
quick, but on to the next one.
Right. Right. You want to. You said, look, man, I work hard for my money. I don't
Yes.
want to sit here and get drunk quickly. I want to be able to just enjoy what I spent my money on. Sit
Right.
back, sit back with people that I love, people that I enjoy being around, and
Hmm.
just have a good time and sip on something great. You know,
Exactly.
and that's what that's a part of the reason why I really I really got into this as well, and that I want to keep doing this type of show
Hmm.
uh, is because I want to for guys like us, for for people that don't want to go out and just shoot their
Right.
liquor, or want to just buy what they think is the most popular bottle,
Hmm.
the eights or the Patrons or whatever of the world. you
Hmm.
know I want to bring it on here. Let's talk real life. Let's get some some good knowledge about tequila, cigars that you can just enjoy, and just sit back with the people that you love and the people that
Right.
you enjoy being around, and just have a great fucking time. you know
Exactly. You know, like I said, in about 2 weeks, I'm coming up on another orbit around the planet, so I'm gonna need something a little special to kind of celebrate that. So, I'm gonna take a trip down to the local B&B and say, hey, let me, because I want you to shoot me a couple of names. So I'm gonna go there and actually see if they have them, and if they do, I'll probably wind up grabbing at least one or two of them, and get ready to celebrate that day. You know what I mean? So
Well, this what you do when you're down there. Uh,
yeah,
is you can do like the little call through the DM, like through the direct messenger.
got
Give
you.
me a call. If I don't answer, send me some pictures of what's in front of you,
Yeah.
and I'll definitely tell me the price range you want to stay within, and I'll definitely say, hey, AOG, this is what you need to pick up.
Okay.
Based off of what you told me that you like, this is what you're going to want to pick up. You
Yeah,
know, and I definitely would be happy to do that. Because hey, birthdays, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. You
man.
know.
I got about. I'm on somewhat my 12-month countdown. So 12-month to retirement. So yeah. So it'll be
Congratulations.
focus on other things, but kick back and just enjoy life, man. And like I said, I've been smoking cigars. Like I said, about 3.5 years, and I was telling this story to a couple of friends where just like over the years, you know, you go on vacations, you hanging out with the fellas or whatever, and it always seemed like I had a cigar in my hand, not really knowing anything about the cigars. It's like, what, let me go grab one. You kind of postulating, hanging out with the fellas or whatever. And I saw many of pictures of my, take a little bit
Oh, you
more in
broke up.
depth. I
Hold on.
said, let me a little bit more in depth look
Hold on.
into.
You broke up there. You say you saw many pictures and you broke up.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I got you.
Yeah. So I would always see myself while I'm on vacation with a cigar, you know, not knowing what I was actually grabbing, not knowing how it was constructed, the origins of the cigar, whatever. So after a period of time, I said, you know what, let me take a look into this a little bit more. So being part of a lot of groups on social media, particularly Facebook and IG, I was looking at what people were smoking. And I said, okay, let me try this. And I also have an app on my phone. It's called a cigar scanner. You can take a picture of the cigar and it'll give you the complete history of that cigar, where it originated, what kind of wrapper they're using with it, the binder, the filler, how long it took to age, all these other kind of things. And I have like a journal on my phone now. So that way, if there's something specifically that I want, I could go back to that and say, you know what, hey, let me go back and get this one today. And I'll try to keep, like I said, my favorites, Nat Seco and CAO, in my humidor. And that's where it all started. I was always telling friends, I said, I never thought that I would have like an affinity towards cigars like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't understand, who don't smoke cigars. They try to equate cigar smoking with cigarettes, right?
Right.
And I don't smoke cigarettes. So I said, you have to understand one thing about cigars is that cigars are the leaf itself with no additives to it. It doesn't have all the chemical compounds in it that you would have a cigarette, which is what people get addicted to. Now, true enough, you have the trying to blank here, the nicotine and everything that comes with it, of course, yeah, but it doesn't have all the other fillers. And what gets people addicted to cigarettes are the carcinogens that are in it.
Right.
Not just because people don't understand also that tobacco was used as for medicinal purposes, back in the day. So it does have some healing properties if used in its proper context. Right. But for me, I can come sit here in the garage on a Saturday, and it's been raining out here a little bit. It stopped now, but I could just sit here and zone out with a couple of cigars, a nice bottle of wine or whiskey or bourbon or even tequila, and I'll just mellow out all day because I'm just that relaxed when I'm doing what I do. And that's the whole, process behind it for me, just to be able, after a long day, a long week, sit back, mellow out, and just enjoy it. You got people when they smoke them. I'm like, the average time to me it takes to smoke a cigar is probably about an hour to an hour and a half.
Right. Oh, you kind of broke up there. Hold on, you're breaking up.
Yeah. Depending on the length or yeah, something's wrong with my phone here. Depending on the length and
you're breaking up really bad. Let me get a couple more minutes here. Hold on. We're not quite done yet. We're gonna see if we can get Blaze back on, because he's dropping some great knowledge here. All right, you there? Okay, good.
I'm still here. You just can't see me, but I could hear you. Yeah,
I can hear you now.
I'm trying to send a request again, but it's some reason it's not going through. But
no, we're good. We're good.
But what was I saying?
You said depending on the length, and you said you'll be in there for like hour and a half.
Right. So depending on the length, the ring gauge, and stuff like that, it'll take about an hour, hour and a half. Now, I have had a cigar where it took me probably 4 hours to smoke. Mm-hmm. And the ring gauge on it was a 60. So we're talking about something that's pretty huge. So again, not something that you just want to try to blow through smoking, because the whole idea behind it is something to enjoy. It's like enjoying a good cup of tea or coffee or something like that. You don't want to just consume it all in one shot. You want to take it, enjoy it. So, and that's what I love.
Definitely. And that's, I think that comes, like you said, as we were talking about, it comes with age,
Right.
It comes with age. It comes with maturity, where you go from, wanting that black and mild, or, that little cigar just to puff right through, or that drink just to take a shot and get you drunk. You're not worried about the taste of it. You're just worried about if it's going to get you drunk. And if you order it, is it going to impress people? if I order a round of Patron, it's gonna impress people. You
Right.
know? If I order a round of Jack Daniels, oh, he can afford Jack Daniels.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna impress people. You know,
Right.
as to where now, where when you get older and more mature and everything, where it's not about like you're married or you're just settled in where you are, or
Yeah.
you're happy with the place you're in, or you're at a place where it's like I'm not trying to get fucked up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Uh, you're just like, look, let me get a great cigar, let me get a great glass of whatever that I'm feeling, and go from there. You know, and have a great time from there. Hold on,
You know,
you froze a little
hold,
bit.
I'm gonna go grab a cigar real quick just to show you how big of a ring gauge I was talking about. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, guys, I am drinking El Tesoro. We're gonna be wrapping up here kind of soon. We've been on for about an hour and a half. But of course, Tequila with Friends. Anyone that's still watching from this point, definitely appreciate you. But this is going to be a weekly show for me, uh, either Wednesday or Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time until whenever. Show may last only 20 minutes or 30 minutes sometimes, or it may last like right now, where we're an hour and a half into it. Um, but you guys will be able to just send, if you want to come on and talk, shoot the shit, uh, smoke, talk about life, talk about tequila, cigars, whatever it is, just, whatever it is you want to talk about. Definitely come on, talk about, send the request. I may, during the show, I may send out some requests myself to get you guys to, see who all wants to come on. By no means, are you required to come on, but, it's just nice to have a conversation that is around, oh, that's a big boy.
Yes.
But I want to finish this last thought, but it's just great to have a conversation that's around having a great pour, having a great cigar, and talking about life, because this is what actually happens in life,
Right.
uh, especially when I get to sit down with one of the OGs, and someone like Blaze here, younger buck like myself. He sits down with me and we're talking. He's imparting so much life knowledge on me that I find myself just sitting back and be like, look, Tyler, just shut the fuck up, listen to the OG, gain the knowledge that he's imparting on you, and you're gonna be a better man from it.
The thing about cigars, you'll never learn, and I'm quite sure it's the same with tequila, everything that there is to learn, because it's an ongoing process, because you're never going to be able to smoke every cigar out there. Period. You just have to find for you what your palate can handle. And like I said, the length and the ring gauge of a cigar. Now this right here, this JFR Lunatic, the ring gauge on this thing is about a 60,
It's a
right?
big boy.
The big boy. Now this right here is for a day when I know I'm going to be doing nothing. I'm not going to leave home. I'll be in my garage just doing whatever. This right here is 4 hours itself.
Yeah.
4 hours itself, you know, and I'm done for the day. This is all I'll need for the day. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll go through I'll go through a bottle of wine in the course of a day smoking this
Yeah.
myself. Yeah. And that's just, again, for people who, just want to be able to enjoy, they consider, some of the finer spirits, or cigars in life, and expanding their knowledge on what it is they're smoking and what they like. That's what I do. And like I said, for me going to Big Smoke, you get an opportunity to talk to a lot of different people who have been in the industry for years. And,
Yeah.
they impart, little pearls of wisdom, that you can go ahead and look into and say, okay, I never thought about this. Let me try, pairing the cigar with a cup of tea, or let me try this with a bottle of a glass of wine, or
Right.
even coffee or something like that. So it's just, you're getting all these little tidbits to put in your hat,
Right. Right.
and then you go on to the next one. So, and I hang out with a great group of guys that I work with and some that I don't work with. And we get together like this sometimes on a Friday night, and we'll just have like a round table where we're just, again, talking about life, talking about our experiences, the things we love to do. But the common ground is this right here,
That
cigars.
cigar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you talking about wine. This is what I just picked up. So I've been on a blueberry kick here. I have a blueberry beer. It's called Blueberry Cobbler Berliner Sour Wheat Ale.
Okay.
And also picked up a blueberry wine here. Then I'm gonna be done drinking some tequila. Got my little tequila buzz and everything. I'm gonna finish with a glass of wine. It's a little bit too cold out here to be smoking cigars out here. For me personally, right now, it's probably not too cold, but I'm like, man, it's 7:30 at night. Like, I'm gonna go and go upstairs, have my glass of wine, and have a little snack and call it a day.
Yeah. Get ready at work. I hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just, I appreciate you coming on here because this is what the essence of what I've really started this account for. And this is what I want to get back to is we have deep conversations. Oh no, you kind of froze. I'm gonna wait till you get back. Oh yeah, you're back. But
Okay.
my main thing is we have deep conversations, and it's about the knowledge that's being imparted on, you imparting it on someone like myself, and you froze again. All right, we're almost done here, guys. Just want to say one last thing to Blaze here. Appreciate him coming on. We've had quite a few people that came on today. And, this is the first official episode of this. So, let me see here. Let's see if that one. All right, there we go. You there? You good?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
But no, this is what it's about. This is why I started this. It's imparting, me being able to gain knowledge from the OGs, and and having great conversations, having in-depth conversations, no matter what it's about. If it's about life, if it's about cigars, if it's about tequila, wine, whatever it may be, but enjoying it over an amazing pour, enjoying it over an amazing cigar, and just those conversations and life that happens around this, and being able to expose it to the world, and encouraging more people to do this type of stuff, because as much as it's therapy for any other person to listen to this or to come on and have a conversation with me, this is much therapy for me as well.
Everybody play with something. And it's like having a what they call a herf or a mega herf or whichever you choose to call it. Everybody from a novice to an expert, has something to offer, the conversations, because we're all helping one another learn about the passions that we have. Like you said, a great pour, great stick, whatever the case may be. So we could always impart knowledge about something, the things that we love, to other people that, might take that and then share that with someone else. And now you come online and you wind up having a much bigger herf. You get connected with other people in different cities, and you always have this one thing in common. So in a way too, it's networking in a lot of different ways too, because you never know. I may want to go to Chicago one day, You know, you may wind up in Northern California, and I'm like, okay, my man's coming out here. You know, I can go ahead and, you know, hip him on a A, B, and C. And if I should make it out there in Chicago, it, you know, it goes back in the other direction. So again, you know, always thirsty for something to be, you know, learned, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and that's that's a lesson of life that a lot of us need to learn. You know, and to put it very simply is, you know, we need to understand this more. You know, so I appreciate you, OG.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Like,
you know, and you're always welcome to
I
come
appreciate.
on. You know, and impart knowledge and talk anything you want with on my platform. You know, and this is going to be something this is what's going to be my regular Wednesday or Thursday show.
Okay.
So whenever you want to come on, there's an open slot. Just send that request. It's
Got you.
already approved. You already know that.
Got you. I got you. Appreciate that, man. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a long day, you know, coming to a close. And I'm like, you know, let me just go. Let me go sit down and relax. You know, it wasn't a very arduous day, but it's just the past 2 days have been very, very long as far as work. And again, this is my wind down right here. You know, this is my wind down to come home. I go right in the house, I change up, and I come sit out here, and I'll throw a movie on or put some music on, and I'll just get in the zone, man, and enjoy the night. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel you on that, and I appreciate that, man. So anytime you pop on, I'm gonna go ahead and tune in, even if it's just for a couple of minutes. You know what I'm saying? And say, hey, let me get some more knowledge about some of the things that I love, because I don't know that much about tequila. So that's why I'm here to learn from you, because that's what you do. You
Yes,
know?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have so I have a Master Nobel Añejo pick coming out any day now. Uh, so hit me up if you wanna, send you out a couple bottles of that. I'll tell you the whole process and everything like that.
Cool.
Um, but I'm also in the next couple of weeks. I'll also be doing a barrel pick for Código 1530 for
Okay.
Kenwood Liquor. We're gonna do a Rosa barrel pick and a Añejo aged in cognac cask.
Okay.
We're gonna do a pick of that as well. So once that'll be out in early 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to pick of that as well, definitely let me know. I'll tell you the price and everything. Get it shipped out there to you. That way your little nephew can get you set up.
I appreciate it for you though. Before you sign off, now, like me and a lot of other people that are probably tuning in, they don't know the process from bang the bullet, if you will, in terms of how a tequila is made. So, from what you know, could you briefly explain that?
So a tequila, a quality agave plant, it's going to be allowed to grow for 5 to 7 years. A
Okay.
quality one. Uh, the thing that makes like these patrons and stuff like that worse is that they don't let the agave plant fully mature.
Okay.
Uh, but when they do let them mature, you get the greatest expression of the plant. And
Okay.
then they either cook it in a stone oven or they mash it with a tahona or however they decide to cook the
Okay.
agave or process the agave is how they do it. Now, Patron ever overrated? Definitely. Uh, but once they cook it, then it's going to be, do you want to add additives to it? What spices do you want to add to it, or whatever it may be? You
Okay.
know, the best ones only add spices to it. They don't add any kind of fillers or anything like that to it.
Okay.
So then you have your Blanco at that point. So that's when they fill up their Blancos or whatever, and they ship out the Blancos. Then they have an allocation for what they want for the reposados, añejos, extra añejos.
Okay.
So the reposados are usually aged from 2 to 6 months. They'll decide on what barrels they want to age it in or what they want to age it in. Some people will have ex-Buffalo Trace barrels or Jack Daniels barrels or whatever bourbon barrels they want to age it in, or wine barrels like Código 1530. They age their tequila in a former Cabernet barrel, you know.
Okay.
So they decide on what barrels they want to age it in. So from that point, what they're looking at is, do they want to blend their barrels or no? And how long do they want to allow each barrel to age? You know, because they can say, hey, I have a 15-year reposado if they want. If they
Okay.
want to, they can say that. But reposados usually 2 to 6 months. They're bottling it up, and they can say, hey, this is what this, and they add these extra ingredients or whatever into there that makes a difference in the taste.
Okay. Okay.
But that aging is what gives it the coloring. You know,
Okay.
that aging is what takes it to this dark color that's damn near the color of a bourbon.
Okay.
You know, so you know, anywhere from 2 to 3 years, 10 years, whatever they want to call it, they can
Mm-hmm.
call it either a reposado, añejo, or an extra añejo. You know, now those tequilas that you see that they call an extra añejo or reposado or up, that's clear.
Mm-hmm.
What they do with that is they put it through a diffuser. So a diffuser just strips out the color of the tequila.
Okay.
And now you have the taste of a extra añejo or reposado or an añejo without the coloring.
Okay.
But some people still may add a little extra in there, because once you take the coloring out, it strips out some of the flavoring as well.
Okay. Now we're talking about the barrels and whatnot. So does a particular kind of wood used for the creation of the barrel itself, how does all that come into play with that?
It matters on what flavors you want from there. You know, the American white oak gives off its own flavor. French oak gives off its own flavors. You know, all these different type of woods. Cherry oak gives off its own flavors. I mean, do you barbecue?
Not in a long time.
All right, but you know a lot of fellas that barbecue, right?
Yes, I do. Uh-huh.
And you know certain fellas say they swear by apple wood
Right.
chips. Certain ones swear by cherry wood chips.
Right.
And then when you taste their barbecue, it has a unique little flavor difference between the barbecue based off of the chips or pellets or whatever that they used.
Okay.
Right? What do you cook at all?
Yes. Yes.
So what do you cook?
Not a lot. You know, I'm a basic guy when it comes to cooking. Not any outdoors like in a pit or anything like that. You know, I'm just,
Right.
you know, in the house kind of guy, you know, figuring out what I
Right.
want that particular day. And it's like, okay, let me put a mixture of A, B, and C together and slap it in the oven, and I just go from there. You know what I mean? So, and experimenting with different things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but you know, we look at it from this standpoint. You know that there's
Okay.
a different flavor. There's a different flavor from you using olive oil to cook versus using butter or margarine to cook.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You know, so that's how I would explain the difference between like American oak
Oh,
or French oak or whatever, you know, wood that they use.
okay.
Like like KJO said, I'm very surprised with the Rock's Tequila Terramana. It's very smooth and delicious. You know, that's because of how they're cooking it, you know, and how they're mixing it up. Because Terramana is known for not using any additives, because Terramana really markets to a crowd of healthy drinkers, so to say.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? The people that want to go, that are in the gym all the time, or you know, that want to watch their calories or whatever it may be. This
Right.
is a healthy tequila. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
and they don't put, like, that's one of the celebrity tequilas that doesn't throw a ton of additives into their stuff. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
And it's just how he decided to cook it. He, he knows his own. He knows what he will want to put in his body, and he
Hmm.
drinks enough of it for marketing to say, "Hey, like, I'm not gonna keep drinking this on a regular basis if this is full of fucking additives and all this other crap. I
Right.
don't want to put that in my body."
I got you.
So, so it's different than like bourbon. Like bourbon, in order for something to be called a bourbon, it
Hmm.
has to have the same exact ingredients.
Oh,
Uh, you can't put fillers, you can't put additives into a bourbon and still call it a bourbon.
okay. Okay.
You know,
That's
but I'm sorry.
yeah. No, I'm saying that's. I mean, that information. Like I said, there are a lot of people, I'm sure, that are watching right now who would want to delve into bourbons, whiskeys, rye whiskeys, tequila and stuff like that, and they like certain brands, but they don't really know the process of what it takes to be able to make a fine tequila. And see, for me, I just like to know. So that way, when I talk to people, I have somewhat of an idea and I know somewhat of what I'm talking about a particular brand that I love. So that's why, again, I can come on here and talk to you and you can
Yeah,
give me that, said, hey, okay, I talked to my guy and this is the process, and now you can see the end result. And it's something that's very, very smooth, very tasty. If you're on the peppery side, you find one that's like real peppery. Or me, I like stuff that's really smooth. When
right.
I taste it, it kind of goes down like water, and to me, that's how I kind of determine what a good whiskey or a bourbon or even a tequila would be. Because like you said, you're not going to get that headache later on in the evening, and you could sit there, pour and sip that stuff all day long, and you won't have any kind of adverse effects while drinking it. So yeah,
Exactly,
give
exactly.
me to.
And KJO, she mentioned a brand that's. I'm sorry.
I'm reading it right now. Give me tequila anytime, and the Costco Kirkland brand is really, really good too. Thanks, girl.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
yeah. I mean, it is. For Costco, I mean, you're paying $25 for a liter of Costco tequila.
Yeah.
Um, if you're looking at now, would I go out and buy that like immediately? No. But if I'm looking at a bottle of Jose Cuervo Gold versus
Mhm.
Costco, I'm going to buy Costco 100% of the time. You know, or if I'm just looking like I just want to grab a bottle that I'm on a budget, and I just want
Yeah.
to grab a bottle. Maybe I'm just going and hanging out with some people that I don't really care to judge me on my tequila selection, or I know
Right.
they're not like high end tequila snobs. Um,
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a bottle of Costco
Right.
because someone like myself, I will sip on some Costco. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is Patron. I would rather drink water instead of put Patron in my body. You
I
know,
mean, a
unless
circle of they would appreciate, something more other than a Padron. They know what a good quality tequila tastes like. So you wouldn't have a group of people over at your home or at a particular event who just wants to sit down and just guzzle stuff like it's water. It's like, hey, no, this stuff is really meant to be enjoyed. That's how
right,
you expand your brain on what you're thinking, what you're drinking, excuse me. And it's like, hey, now I can put this on my shelf and I can actually serve this among this group of people. Because everybody, like you said, you can't you can't bring the high end stuff out.
right.
You just
You
that
know,
with every they don't appreciate it like you do.
exactly.
Yeah.
And K Joe, I'm happy that I'm here to help. I'm happy we're here to help. We appreciate it. Appreciate the compliment. And like you said, I can't like my boy D just joined. I don't know if he's still on or not. Like he's tried a good amount of like he's tried a couple bottles that are on my bar right now. But
Uh-huh.
as he knows, like if you really want to try the good shit that I have, you
Yeah.
have to come over. You have to come over to my house, like maybe one of like two other people, you know,
Yeah.
or like it's just you and I, here drinking,
Right.
and I know that you and I are not going to go through a bottle of of ambrosia, a $300 bottle. I know we're not going to go through, a Sumbrosia. We're not going to go through a $300 bottle of this by ourselves,
Right, exactly.
or we're not going to, I'm not going to pop open, like I haven't even popped this open, but I'm not going to pop open a Stag Junior from this year. And, it's not going to be, I may only, between the two of us, I may only bring down like maybe a third of it, not even a third of it, as we're drinking, because we're going to appreciate it so much more.
Right.
Now
Gotcha.
we're just out there, if it's football Sunday, we're out there just trying to get a nice buzz.
Yeah.
Not really caring about truly enjoying the pour.
Yeah.
We're out there just to have something good to sip on, enjoy it, and to, and then make it last for, 8 hours. I mean, you gotta,
Yeah.
shoot, send me some of your teas to sample. Hey, KJ, the stuff that's on my bar, I don't send out samples. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll send you a list, but I don't send out samples. But
I think that meant send her a list or something like that, so that way she could probably go ahead and pick them up and try for herself. Yeah.
Exactly. That'd be more of what I'm, that I'd be on. But yeah, like, when it's something that, you got the fellas at the house, you just watching football, or you watch an NBA game or whatever, you have March Madness coming on,
Right.
and it's just like, hey, fellas, we just about to kick back. We got a lot of good food. We got a lot of good times coming on, or, it's just a little kickback. I'm going to bring out something that's not the Jack Daniel's single barrel rye. Like, this is staying on my bar.
Yeah.
And the only time I'm bringing it out of is like maybe me, you, and maybe one other person. A max of 4 people that is going to take a pull off this bottle, and all 4 people are going to appreciate what they're getting poured.
Yeah.
They're going to appreciate what they're drinking, as opposed to just fucking chug it down and like, oh, that was good. Give me another one. No. Slow your roll, bro.
What I started doing, so with regards to cigars, I would light cedar wood, and I would use this to light my cigars. So the cedar wood would add like a different little taste or flavor to your cigar using this as opposed to using your torch. So I just have like a couple of little pieces of it. So every now and then, I'll light my cigar with this, and you could taste the difference. I mean, you always will taste if you know the different notes and stuff that's in that particular cigar, but this will, I believe, enhance it just a little bit more as well. So, again, I'm still learning, about the lifestyle, and it's definitely that. It is a lifestyle for sure. It's not something that you get into just for the sake of it appears to be, the popular thing to do or the in thing to do right now.
Right.
I'll always smoke a cigar, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I always try to keep my humidor. I have a 250 count humidor, so
Nice.
I probably about close to 100 in there right now. So I'm probably going to be picking up some more pretty soon, to kind of keep it, stocked the way I want to. And man, just hang out with great people, have good conversation, good cigars, good spirits, and share ourselves with each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of smoking cigars. You have people that come from all walks of life. And I could walk into a cigar bar, that'll be pretty diverse. It could be, blacks, Latinos, Asians, white folks, whatever you want to say, right? And the common goal or the common bond, that you have is the love and passion for cigars. And you could sit down all day and talk sports if you want. You could talk politics, whatever the topic someone may bring up.
Right.
It's a good time. There's no judgment involved. There's no right or wrong. It's everyone's opinions about things that they know and they love. And that's one thing that I about, going to cigar bars and lounges and stuff like that, just hanging out with good folks having great conversations with one of these. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's exactly what it's about. And that's I want to make this another forum for that. When wherever we can't,
Yeah.
we're at home or we're in traffic or whatever, people can listen to this and be a part of the conversation and feel comfortable, feel relaxed, feel loved.
Yeah.
You know, feel like they're a part of something. Because it's so hard to find in this world where you can just listen or kick back to something where no matter if you're a novice or an expert, people
Right.
are going to accept you no matter if you're black, white, lesbian, gay, trans, straight, whatever it is.
Right. Right.
You're going to be accepted. You're going to receive love, and no one's going to fucking judge you.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, a buddy of mine who's very, very knowledgeable with regards to cigars. It's my buddy Leo out of San Diego. If you look him up on IG, his brand is a BNL behind the brand.
okay.
Look, yeah, Leo has a lot of game, man, and he's doing big things. Getting his brand off the ground, and with his weekend talks with people. I mean, on Facebook, on IG, he's really, really knowledgeable guy, and he can give you a lot of game about the cigar industry too, because he's like a jet setter, man. He's all over the place, doing this thing. So we kind of hooked up um, through Facebook, and we got to talking about a lot of different things, and we actually are becoming really, really good friends. So whenever I have questions about a particular brand of cigar, he'd be like, "Hey, check this out. This individual is putting out this particular brand. It's African American owned. Look them up, and they have really, really good cigars. I think you'll like." So I take a lot of what he tells me seriously because I know he knows what he's talking about. And he can give you a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
good. Definitely, definitely.
Definitely. I'm up for it. I'm up for it. But I'm gonna end this. We had good 2 hours going. Uh, I gotta go eat and get
I,
prepared for another day. You
yes,
know.
sir. Man, it's always a pleasure talking to you, brother, coming online. Like I said, man, anytime you pop up, I'm going to be there, man, either for the duration or if it's for a couple of minutes, just to sit down and chat, smoke one, sip on a little something and just have some good conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? So, social media, when used in its proper context, man, could be a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I like coming
Exactly.
on with you and other people that I know about spirits or my passion right now is cigars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, with me, it doesn't matter anything about any of this stuff. I don't care if the view count is at a million or none.
Yeah.
It's about who I'm talking with and the time that I'm sharing with you guys. And I truly appreciate you. I
Yes, sir.
truly appreciate everyone else that have came on. You know, I'm a better. I feel like every time I talk to someone, I'm fortunate enough to talk to someone like yourself and anyone else that hops on here. Even K Joe in the comment section, I feel like I'm a better person because of it.
Yeah.
And it's fulfilling. You know, it's very fulfilling.
It
Uh,
is.
yes, sir. So, but I thank you, Blaze. Appreciate you, man. You
Likewise,
know,
brother.
and I appreciate everyone else that came on, talked with me, chatted with me, popped in for even a second. Appreciate you guys. So every Wednesday or Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, it'll be Tequila with Friends. Uh, yeah, talk like I had with Blaze here. Like I had with other individuals, and we're just gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about life, talk about cigars, tequila, whatever liquor it is you're into. If you're not into liquor, water, whatever it is. I think we even had a conversation about kombucha earlier. So, you know, but you know,
There it is, man.
yes,
Hey,
sir.
like I said, I hope, man, and get ready for another day. But as always, man, stay safe out there. It's a pleasure for everybody that, chimed in and gave their comments or just wanted to sit back and just listen, and try to get a little something. Hopefully, you know, you shared a lot of information, you know, about your passion with tequila, you know, that would cause some people to go out there and say, you know what, let me take a little bit look into this and see what it's really about and do their research. And then, you know, get with some really, really quality people and some really, really quality stuff. And, you know, just enjoy life, man. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Exactly. You know,
Yes.
so,
You stay
yeah,
safe out.
I will. I will, you know, um, I'm happy. My heart is full. You know, appreciate
Yeah.
you, Blaze. Appreciate everyone else who's tuned in. It's going to tune in afterwards. And y'all have a good night.
Likewise, brother. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes, sir.
Peace.